Welcome back to Games I've Played, where I revisit a game I played while growing up, and unfortunately I do have to revisit some of the unpleasant ones. As you may have seen in the SNES Disney video, we had to revisit Toy Story and The Lion King. And they're okay games, but their difficulty makes them overall bad. But they're playable, unlike the ones we're about to cover today. I decided to reach into the absolute bottom of the barrel, slipping my fingers through the goop spaghetti at the bottom and pulling out Crazy Castle for the Game Boy. Now there was this dark era of video games in my life where my parents thought I simply had enough games, even though, like toys, they would eventually get boring after a while. Even a young kid's mind has a limited imagination, so the beast needs to be fed. Up until the N64 came out, games in my life were kind of scarce. I'm not sure how Crazy Castle came into my hands, whether it was some dark god sending me a monkey's paw wish of a video game out of desperation, or my parents just finding it in the bargain bin. Kind of the same equivalency. See? No difference. I just remember playing this game. But when I decided to go back and research it, I remember finding specifically a Looney Tunes one, and found not one, not two, but 4 different titles, and I couldn't recall which one I played. So me, being a totally dumb adult, I decided to play all 4 of them. God help me. So let's start with Crazy Castle 1. Oh, sorry, I guess the game is just called Bugs Bunny. Anyway, we take the role of Bugs Bunny and immediately murder Yosemite Sam with a 10-ton anvil. I guess Bugs Bunny had it in him all along, but I just wasn't sure if he would actually ever do it. After all, Bugs Bunny's grandfather did star in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and we know he is a brutal killer. Anyway, in this game, we're supposed to get all the carrots and not get killed by other Looney Tunes characters. Easy, right? Wrong. Bugs Bunny can only move 1 square at a time, and moving up and down stairs is a total pain. Not only that, but going up against AI that moves completely unpredictably makes this game a pain in the buttock. I can see it being fair enough to want to try it again, but holy cow, the bar of entertainment was set low, and that bar gets lower in the second game, in which we have to rescue Lola Bunny before she was, I would assume, Lola Bunny. And the second game continues being total poo-poo, because you literally can get cornered by too many enemies, and the same stiff movement can accidentally run you into them. Oh, they changed it to keys instead of carrots, and once again, the unpredictable NPCs will also kill you in this game. How am I supposed to get through this? I never hated Tweety Bird so much until this segment. At least I think that's Tweety Bird. This was also the actual game I owned, I'm pretty sure, now that I replay it again, because all the frustrations and anger of old childhood me is coming back. Unfortunately, I got 2 more of these games to yell at, so on to Crazy Castle 3. 3 is more of the same, but with a color upgrade now, because the Game Boy finally decided to stop eating so much chlorophyll and taking green dumps all over the screen. The game also has terrible jumping pads that make jumping in any other game feel like you just painted the Mona Lisa. But man, imagine if devs could figure out how to program something for the A and B buttons. Because I'm starting to realize, unless you have an item, you can only use one of the 2. The other is literally useless. You couldn't even program a jump, and that's a problem. I would say this is a puzzle game, but it feels more like a makeshift platformer. Now, Crazy Castle 4 was actually an improvement gameplay-wise. They added a health bar. 4 games into the series, and the game actually finally becomes more forgiving. Until you learn that you can get stuck on an NPC and they'll eat your health faster than I do a frozen pizza after a fast. They really went all out on this one, gave it some fancy backgrounds and nice texture designs, and actually made it look unique. Until you realize it's the same game with the same goals and same gimmicks all over again. And it frustrated me as a kid. And I gosh, sure as heckin' now, is frustrating me still. But let's not dwell on bad memories. Let's go on to the next good game. Now we're talking. See you next time.